This is ABC15 Mornings.
COVID testing ramping up in the Valley ahead of the holiday, where you can get results quickly and from the safety of your own car.
And there are a number of issues that are yet to be settled by Congress, but the upcoming holiday is leaving little time to get things done, how this could impact you and your family.
Also, this is pretty cool, supporting local businesses. One organization is making your Christmas shopping easy, giving Arizona shops that extra boost that they could really use right now as we all start to bounce back from 2020. We say good morning to you on this Saturday. It's 6 a.m. I'm Nohelani Graff.
And I'm Mark Thompson, social distancing from home. And Nohe, I'll have to say, over the past 2 weeks, I've been doing pretty good getting a walk in most every day. And I've noticed kind of a fluctuation in temperatures, but not that bad compared to what we saw this past summer.
Absolutely. I feel like once we got through this summer, you could pretty much weather anything. But I agree. I've gotten out for more walks. I've seen more of my neighbors starting to come out a little bit more as well. And so today is going to be no different. It is going to get a little warmer at a certain point, but if you can get out before that, it's really comfortable. You will notice that the clouds have moved in and they're going to continue to build through the weekend, but will stay dry. We will be a little warmer this weekend. We're about 10 degrees above the average, but the good news is a cool down is coming just in time for Thanksgiving to give you those holiday feels as you cook up that bird for your family. Right now, our temperatures are in the 50s and 60s across the valley, and we're going to linger in the 60s for the next several hours. So maybe get that cup of coffee or tea brewing and take it out on the patio. Open the windows, the sliding glass door this morning, and enjoy the comfortable temperatures. I will show you the warm up that is headed our way and walk you through hour by hour coming up in just minutes.
All right, Nohe, thank you so much. To your voice, your vote now. Maricopa County election results, they are official this morning. The Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to certify the results after nearly 3 hours of discussions.
The transfer of power in this country, it is the key, the backbone to our democracy. It's what makes this country so different. The people of Maricopa County and the people of the state of Arizona have spoken, at least on our behalf for Maricopa County. We're going to send our results to the Secretary of State.
And with such a contentious election, we've seen several lawsuits, and not just here, but around the country, trying to challenge the results. One of those, if you remember Sharpie Gate, it can officially be marked off the list. A judge dismissed the final lawsuit, claiming that some votes were not counted because of Sharpie. So what is next? Mojave County is the only county in the state yet to certify its votes. And Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, she says if they don't do that soon, that she will take them to court. A vote is expected on that by Monday. And Hobbs is confident that the state will meet the November 30th deadline to certify results. Then electors will vote by mid-December and deliver those to officials in Washington just before Christmas. And then Congress, they count those electoral votes in a joint session in January, then the whole process ending with Inauguration Day, of course, coming up on January 20th.
Now on topic, invest in education. Arizona voters approving Prop 208 during this month's election, but that measure is now facing a fight as well. Prop 208 expected to raise about $900 million a year for education, applying a 3.5% tax surcharge on individuals earning at least $250,000 a year, couples who earn $500,000. But some are saying that tax is unconstitutional. We're now told a lawsuit will be coming next month after Arizona election results have been certified.
And it's a repeat of what we saw during the summer surge. Now some hospitals once again placing some restrictions on visitors to the hospital. Really tough for families. And we're seeing some familiar images. Hospitals preparing to triage patients. Chandler Regional Hospital, they are setting up emergency tents as part of their preparedness plan. And we know that these restrictions will have an impact on those battling COVID-19 on the inside. We spoke with a Valley woman whose father went into an ICU during the summer surge a week after his 75th birthday and was placed in an ICU for several weeks.
And so the week before, they called us and just told us, you know, it was time. His lungs were too damaged. He wasn't going to recover, and we needed to make our plan to say goodbye. And they had luckily opened the hospital up to one visitor. And my mom said that I could go.
While her father, Charles Krebs of Glendale, died in August, she says that it's heartbreaking to see the numbers surge once again.
It's so important that we remember the faces of COVID-19, so they're not just numbers. Lines of cars have also been seen wrapped around COVID testing sites, one in particular at 67th Avenue and Indian School, really seeing a lot of folks yesterday. Some waiting more than an hour, others coming from across the valley. A lot of them hoping to get a test in anticipation of the Thanksgiving holiday. If they plan to travel or welcome family, they want to make sure that they're clean. Now, finding a test is getting a bit more pressing if you hope to have results in time, as some airlines are also requiring clean tests. COVID registration testing sites like this one are filling up fast, but organizers say they did see this coming, so they're working to expand the number of tests that they're going to be doing over the next few days. They're going to be adding additional staff and lanes at locations like State Farm Stadium.
We are absolutely expanding not only the test sites, but the robots who do the administration of the tests once you provide the sample. So we're setting up extra booths, extra lanes at all the drive-throughs, and we are adding to the capacity of the lab itself. So as many as 10,000 a day is what we'll be able to do.
In fact, 20 testing sites throughout the state will be available between today and Tuesday of next week, and those will be run by ASU. Some doctors' offices, pharmacies, and other organizations also offering tests, so it is worth your time to call around. We've got all of the information, though, to help you find and set up an appointment for a test on our website right now. Head to abc15.com. There's a new survey from ASU that shows the cost of testing, not the availability, is actually what is keeping some companies from testing their workers. The school reached out to 1,100 companies to see how they are protecting employees, and 17% of them said that they were testing workers. Of those that did not test employees, 28% said it was because of cost, and 22% blamed the complex process. Only 37% of companies in the U.S. reported doing contact tracing for workers who do, in fact, test positive for COVID.
Happening today, Dignity Health providing free flu shots. It's happening from 10 until 12 at Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church in Phoenix. They do not require insurance. And in Mesa, free flu shots, they're going to be given out at Skyline High School. That runs from 9 until 12. The free flu shots are open to adults and kids 6 months and older.
Let's give you another check of that most accurate forecast. So I told you I'd take a look at how warm we're going to get this weekend. We'll be back in the mid-80s today and tomorrow. Also going to stay cloudy all weekend, but we will remain dry. This is about 10 degrees above the average. So here's how we get there. Nice mild morning, comfortable in the 60s for a while here. Going to take us until 10 to even warm into the 70s, and we'll hit 80 by noon today. And then we top out at that 86 degrees in the valley. So I do see a cool down coming, and potentially even snow and rain chances in that long range forecast. So we'll talk more about that and give you an early look at Thanksgiving coming up in that full most accurate forecast.
No, hey, thank you. 6:08 now on your Saturday morning. Coming up, the families behind high-profile cases. They are sharing their unique experiences with Maricopa County and the Attorney's Office, as many decisions have been put on hold due to unfortunate circumstances. Plus, a manhunt still underway in Wisconsin for a teenager accused of opening fire in a mall. We'll have the very latest updates there as well.
Time now 6:11. Families are speaking out, hoping for answers about their loved ones' cases. The uncertainty comes as Maricopa County Attorney Alistair Adele remains in the hospital as she recovers. The files of some high-profile police shootings remain on her desk. Ryan Whitaker's case is one of them. The 40-year-old father, you might remember, was shot and killed by Phoenix police back in May. The criminal case was submitted to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office on July 7th. It is now one of the 31 completed critical incident cases that the county attorney's office has not yet ruled on. Families who have lost loved ones say the delay is devastating, and they're desperate for answers as to how the office is proceeding.
Let us know where the cases are. Let us know what's happening. Is there any type of a timeline?
A county attorney spokesperson tells ABC15 decisions are being made every day while Adele recovers in the hospital from her brain bleed surgery. But high-profile cases with policy implications like police shootings typically involve her. So there likely won't be any charges or clearances until the office gets a better idea of her prognosis.
Right now, a manhunt is underway for a gunman that opened fire at a Wisconsin mall. Take a look here. 8 people injured in that gunfire, including a teenager. It happened yesterday at Mayfair Mall that's located in a city just outside of Milwaukee. The shooter able to escape, and investigators are working to identify that person. No word at this time on a possible motive. Meanwhile, Kyle Rittenhouse, he's the Illinois teen charged in the shooting deaths of 2 protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He is out of jail. Rittenhouse was being held on a $2 million bail. A sheriff's department spokesperson says that bail was posted through his attorney, and there is no word on how Rittenhouse, that is, sourced that money. The teen is accused of killing 2 people and wounding another person during protests that followed the police shooting of Jacob Blake. That was in August, and Rittenhouse faces 2 felony homicide charges. Well, this morning, President Trump has yet to concede, and his administration is withholding key information that is usually provided to the new president-elect. And that's why Joe Biden, he is now meeting with Democratic leaders, seeing what can be done to get that access. Either way, he's moving forward with the transition, expected to announce some key cabinet posts coming up next week. And through all of this drama, there are still several issues that are to be worked out in Washington right now. And Joe St. George, he is there to break it down and how it impacts you and your family.
Where is Congress, you ask? Well, not here in D.C. In fact, your member of Congress is not expected to be here much at all between now and the end of the year, making it that much more difficult to pass any legislation to help your business or your family. The House and Senate are not expected to be in session next week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. The House and Senate are expected to be out of town the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's as well. That leaves Congress just 15 business days to try and pass something, or your bills could be going up. On December 11th, the government could shut down, although both parties are working on a deal to keep it open. The more important deadline is December 31st. That's when eviction, student loan, and unemployment protections expire. For perspective, 40 million Americans have federal student loans. Payments have been suspended since March, but that expires December 31st. Meanwhile, evictions can resume January 1st. A CDC moratorium is set to expire then, but Congress could act. Over 3 million Americans are evicted on an average year, but that number could be in the tens of millions this year. Also, unemployment insurance for independent contractors and the self-employed expires December 31st, as does 13 bonus weeks of unemployment benefits for those laid off in the last few months. Now, President-elect Biden is looking at executive orders to try and extend some of these programs, especially the student loan deferment program, but he doesn't take office until January 20th, and the bill could be due before then. As far as Congress goes, well, Republicans and Democrats remain far apart on a potential deal. In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.
Joe always keeping us in the loop. Thanks for that one. Let's talk about that most accurate forecast now. Clouds and radar showing us what the last 6 hours have looked like. So we had just a few light showers across northern Arizona, but largely we're seeing the cloud stream in statewide. So we are in for a cloudy weekend across much of the state. Temperatures right now freezing at the Grand Canyon, below, in fact, at 30 degrees right now. We're in the 30s in Flagstaff as well, but managed to stay above that freezing mark. In the low 40s out in the eastern portion of our state. Payson just updated to 50 degrees this morning, and we've got upper 50s across the lower deserts this morning. Here in the valley, we've also got some low 50s in the southern portion of the valley. 56 in Ahwatukee, 53 now in Gilbert, 56 in Santan Valley, and a degree cooler than that in Maricopa. Northern portion of the valley, though, staying a little more mild in the low 60s this morning, and that is typical for this time of year that we see the warmer air settle in the higher elevations and the cooler air down in the lower elevations of the valley. Either way, we're all going to work our way into the 60s by mid-morning here and stay there until about 10 o'clock. That's when we work our way into the 70s. By noon, we're at 80 degrees and climbing by 1 o'clock. We usually reach that peak heat of the day right around 2 o'clock during this time of year. Our highs today will peak in the mid-80s, so about 10 degrees warmer, a little bit more than they should be at this time of year. 86 is that high in Glendale, Scottsdale, Gilbert, Chandler, as well as Maricopa and Wickenburg. Anthem and Cave Creek staying in the low 80s for today. We've got more 80s to our south, 81 in Safford, 84 in Casa Grande, same temperature in Yuma, and along our western border will be in the low 80s and even upper 70s up through Bullhead City and even into Kingman. We'll see 70s up the road in Prescott, Payson, and Sedona, and then north of the rim, cooler still, topping out in the 60s today across northern Arizona. Futurecast showing us those clouds that are going to continue to stream in statewide. We'll have a few moments of clearing as we head into Sunday up in the Flagstaff area, but for the most part, expect a cloudy day. We will stay in the 80s for the next 3 days here, even to start the new work week. And it's probably a shorter work week for a lot of you. And something else to look forward to, by Tuesday, our temperatures are dropping down into the 70s. Once again, we'll finally be on par for the average. As we fast forward and take a look ahead at Thanksgiving for you, even cooler. 73 is going to be that forecast high on Thanksgiving. So nice and comfortable if you're staying in your family bubble while you're cooking. It'll be nice and cool. Maybe the kids want to go outside, toss the football around. It's finally going to start feeling like fall just in time for that holiday. It will be far away from the record. What we've seen on Thanksgiving is 89 degrees, and that wasn't long ago, back in 2017. Now, this is going to be a cool down that is part of a system that is going to be moving in the second half of the week. And we could see, in capital letters, could see maybe a little bit of rain here in the valley, more likely to see snow in the high country. So I'm going to track that for you in that 7-day outlook coming up in just a little bit. But first, if you plan to hit the roads this weekend, here's Chelsea with a look at what you can expect.
Hey everyone, Chelsea Davis here with a look at your weekend construction. Let's take those maps full. In the North Valley, the I-17 on and off ramps at Happy Valley will be closed Friday through Saturday until 5 p.m. And then on the southbound side of I-17, the on-ramp at Happy Valley will close Sunday to early morning Monday. You can enter or exit at Deer Valley, Pinnacle Peak, or Joe Max instead. And if you need to travel northbound, you can stick to 19th Ave or 43rd Avenue as alternates. Not far from there, Loop 101 will be closed westbound at 56th Street Sunday into early Monday morning, and then in the eastbound direction Monday into Tuesday morning. So you can use Mayo Boulevard, Bell Road, or even Deer Valley Drive. And just giving you a heads up so you can plan ahead, State Route 347 will be narrowed to only one lane in both directions between I-10 and Hathaway Avenue. This is going to start Sunday night through Friday and happening only in the overnight hours between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. 3-mile segments each night will be limited down to only one lane, so give yourself plenty of extra time. I'll put some more information for you on our website. You can go to abc15.com/traffic and have a safe and wonderful weekend.
Thanksgiving is just days away, but more people in the valley than ever need help. And that can mean that something as simple as buying a turkey to go along with all the fixings for a traditional Thanksgiving is just out of reach. But there is help available for you this coming week. So joining me this morning is Commander Jarvis Reddick. He's the commander of Post 65, teaming up with Hero Zona for a really special giveaway. Good morning, Commander Reddick. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So tell me about this giveaway that you guys are doing.
This is our 17th annual turkey giveaway. Again, we are here in the heart of the South Phoenix, and again, this is mostly an underserved community. And again, with the COVID situation, the way it is, there's a lot of family that's in need of something special, or deserving a holiday or some type of celebration, because the COVID thing has upset so many things. So we feel that Arizona and their partners, their many partners, has offered us a chance to give away over 500 turkeys and counting.
Wow, 500 turkeys. That is no small amount. And you said this is the 17th year that you've done this. Talk to me a little bit about what it's like on the day of when you see families getting something that a lot of people take for granted. It's a turkey. You go to the store and you buy it. What's it like for those families who really need it?
This is the first time we're using this format, the drive-through. And again, in the past, when we had families come in, again, they're so appreciative of it because that's their chance to, again, to have something, again, us being in a food desert and low-income community, they are looking forward to something like this. And to get that and the chance to get with their families, they're always appreciative. It's always a good thing to see.
So you said it is going to be a little different because of the pandemic. We're doing a drive-through format. So what do people need to know?
Again, we are located at 1624 East Broadway Road, American Legion Post 65. Again, we have a situation where people will come in and drive up to stations. They don't need any ID and no income statement required. One frozen turkey per car.
Okay, and a volunteer is going to load it in for you.
Yes.
Okay, so give me the details on the date and the times.
Okay, this will be held Monday, 23rd of November. Time start is noon until we give out all the turkeys. 500
of them to give away. That's a whole lot.
By Monday, it'll probably be more than 500. We're still getting donations. So again, there's a lot of people getting on board with this, again, for the community. So
wonderful. Thank you so much, Commander Reddick, for everything that you do to serve the community and for offering this big hand up for these families, especially in this season of giving, so that they can enjoy at least a little tradition in this really tough year.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
All right, it's 6:26 now on your Saturday morning. Still ahead, a Valley gym finds themselves back in trouble once again after avoiding COVID-19 rules. Plus, a major step in the race for a vaccine, one company officially requesting emergency use authorization, bringing a COVID shot one step closer to being market ready.